You're not going to find this anywhere. So, as always, take your notes, chew on them, and then come back with questions, comments. And if you also, as you, continue to use them for transformation, your own personal transformation, just continue to ask questions and also make inquiry of yourself. You see, one of the secrets of what I'm about to share is learn to ask yourself questions. You have to know that you have answered. You are connected to the source of all knowledge. Learn to prime yourself. Learn to prompt yourself and ask yourself questions. When you encounter something in life, take a moment. Learn how to turn inwards and sit with yourself and start unpacking and start chewing on knowledge like, interesting, right? And start having conversation with yourself. Meaningful conversation, transformative conversations, because that's where the secret of your power is. The type of conversations you have with yourself, within yourself, is what produces the life you're going to live. Okay, so welcome everyone again. I'm going to get started. Mirka, do you want to say something? How are you?
I'm good, coach. Just
questions, comments from previous sessions?
Yeah, I'm ready to fire over for today.
Okay, if ever you guys have the chat space, feel free to ask. It's interactive. Okay. So today, I put together something that, again, it's just because you've been in the school and you've done the work and you have access to the tools that I'm going to reference, then it's going to make immediate sense. Okay. So I have different notes everywhere. Okay. So when I say creative consciousness, I'm going to actually start to unpack how you are created to create. And then the creator that created you, that gave you the tools to create and gave you a mandate to create. Because if you don't, get a grip on your own power, people have already given it away. You're in the world where it is designed, like I shared before yesterday, that systems are continuing to be built for you to give your power to that system and the system to now overpower, right? This, right? Constantly. When God gives you power to produce your desires in this world, when you don't learn or you are not taught how to use your own power, this world has all kinds of inbuilt apparatus to tell you, bring your power, we will do what you didn't do for yourself, we will do it for you. So this is how constantly people surrender their power to systems, to objects, to people, to titles, to things in the earthly dimension. If you don't know you are powerful and you don't learn how to tap into your own power and create what you want with your own power and grow your power, many people don't know their power can increase. You use it, you ask for more. You use it, you ask for more. You use it, but when people are not using, right? And they don't, right? People are lost, right? This concept of attachment. What are you attached to? What are you focused on? Because that's where you are giving your power, your energy to. And then you will now find the same people complaining because they made a social contract with the system. They listen to the voice of the system. They obey the system. And so they look to the system to resource them as the source of their desire. And when that system does not produce what it is they're expecting, guess what? Complaining. Because people feel they have a right to certain things that the script told them belongs to them or will submit to them, And so they are an actor in somebody else's movie instead of producing their own. So before I go into creative consciousness, you being conscious of your creative power, the creative intelligence that created you to be creative, God, that's your source of all power. And you are connected to God's power. And you're supposed to ask for God's power. But that's where the system connectivity first goes glitch in this world, right? Right? The world will first have to disconnect people from their source for the world to promise to be your source. Because if you are connected, you will see the movie through the lens of your creator. But so the first thing is disconnect people from their source of power, disconnect people from their source of identity. Once people are disconnected, okay, let's play with them. Let's play with them. Now let's design their identity for them. Let's call them anything and tell them who to be, they will be it. Let's create anything and tell them this is how it works, they will believe it. Okay? So creative intelligence as a source, we have to know that. And your ability to be conscious, to be reconnected to the source, will expand your own capacity to create, will connect you to limitless possibility of what you can create, will give you power, knowledge to create, and will even guide you on your journey. There's no creative person in this world that is not spiritually connected to their divine identity. There is no creation. There's nobody who sits around and produces anything and releases anything from inside them to outside them that would not have to first sit with themselves and see the image inside of themselves and color it internally before it is produced outside. There is no creation without internal processing of thoughts, beliefs. When we say consciousness, you have to actually, if you want to consciously create. So I'm going to start diving deeper into some things, right? Greetings, welcome guys. Okay. This world, there's a world that other people have been creating before you showed up. This is about you joining the creative society, right? The creative side of humanity. There's the consuming side. You are first indoctrinated into consumption. Eat food, drink milk, right? Everybody is trained and right based on it. Consumption is a natural process. Nobody needs to teach you how to consume. You eat food, you are right. Humans consume energy. So everybody starts with consumption. Feed me, baby, feed me. Somebody, right? So everybody starts with consumption. Productivity, creative consciousness is a practice, it's an institution, it's a spiritual manifestation, converting inner thoughts and ideas into tangible reality. And it includes the physics, chemistry, and biology of life. But creativity creation doesn't happen without a human that has the power of God to shift nature. You come here, you observe it, you contribute to it. That's the key. Those who observe life and feel helpless, hopeless, powerless to join the creative being that you are, to join creativity, to add to this world positively, they go into a class of helplessness, right? They sit around and then they expect others. So it's an awakening to your creative potential, right? Awakening to what you are here to contribute. Instead of complaining, whining, pointing fingers, what are you carrying? What's your perspective that you know can add to this human reality? What perspective do you have that can elevate people's perspective, that can contribute positively to other people's reality? However, you find out that one of the things that many people may be struggling with is this concept of suppressed emotions that comes from entangled reality, aka soul ties. I just landed it there. Is that when people have already been entangled in other funky business of other people, I'm going to go a little deeper because this is where I connect science to spirituality. Okay, is that many people are on their journey, they are stuck energetically, emotionally, their feelings, emotions are stuck because of inherited patterns, society, DNA, your own inner childhood experiences, social construct, education system, monetary system, fiscal system, governmental system, cultural systems, religious, the matrix. Many people have imbibed, been indoctrinated into beliefs and stories created before they showed up here or even while they are here, that has programmed their system and has also created their experiences for them. So many people are stuck, attached emotionally, energetically to the reality other people constructed for them or they constructed with other people's tools. So their perspective is rooted in that space. So their reality has been created, pre-created. Your DNA expression created you. If you don't individuate and see yourself as a spiritual being, there are social constructs, labels attached to cultural realities. If you're attached to those stories, you remain in those stories until you see yourself outside of those stories and move yourself out of those stories. There are all kinds of stories. Women are this, men are that, female does this, male does this. Yes, 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 if you agree with them. But beyond that story, what is the divine story of creation? Because you're going to need to attach yourself to a story to produce it. So which story? It looks good. It's like when you want to dress up. There are a bunch of clothes out there. Well, when you want to step out of the door, which one do you want to wear? Which story do you want to step out to? Because part of creative consciousness is knowing you have a choice of the thoughts you embody, of the feelings you carry around to download frequency of thoughts, of your emotions, your expressions that you emit, that creates your attraction, that produces your reality. When that choice is taken from people, it is that's people who are locked in, not knowing they have a choice to redesign their outfits, energetic outfits. When they are stuck producing, living in somebody else's constructed reality, that is unbelievable. Because no, if you are not happy with your the construct, the way of escape is for you to realize you actually have the power within you to change the construct. That's the first thing you must know, that within you is the power to change. Because if you change yourself, everything outside of you will change. Because part of the creative intelligence of God is He says what He wants to see, and everything turns around to what He says, and He gave you that same power. But what are people using that tool to say? What are they using their tools to carry? What stories are they, right? Who loaded people up with beliefs and stories that they are now speaking, that they are now repeating, that they are now sleeping with, and they are now loaded. They've loaded up. Listen, your body is a receiver of thoughts, of reality. You have electromagnetism. You attract the actors that will help you produce your story. Imagine People who have a full production facility for the life they want, whatever life they want to live, they now load it with funky stories, and they are producing the story. So the perspective, I'm going to go into perspective. How you see the world is how the world sees you and handles you. If you frown your face to the world, look at the mirror. Imagine when you are going out and you see somebody like this frowning. You are going to go, it's an expression of what's going on inside that person. It's not right. Who gets to, who wants that? This is how many people may not know. What you put out into the world is what you're going to naturally get back. You put frowny face, people will frown back. People mirror you. Right? The easiest, simplest thing you can ever do when you are walking out in the world is to put a smile on. That is zero price. You don't have to pay anything. Just smile at people. Watch people smile back at you. It's just so you understand this practice. Put on a smile. People can't resist. They will smile back because that is the expression of your emotion. And what you express, the world will give you back. So if you are smiling and you meet 100 people, out of the 100 people, how many people will smile back? A high chance. Because with your smile, before they smile, they may not be smiling. But with your smile, you change their face. That's how you change the world. I'm keeping this very simple so that you know your power to change the world. But if you look to the world through a frowning face, you will see frowning faces. If you engage with the world with a smiling face, you will encounter smiling faces, and even those who were frowning before you smiled will change for you. The world knows how to change for people because everybody has different energetic expression. This, what I just shared now, is a practice. Just smile. Out of 100 people you meet in a day, smile. And see how many of the 100 people will not smile back. This is simple. This is so simple. This is how people can be happy with you. You just start with being smiling with people, and they see that expression and they know it's genuine. Simply by you, one person, smiling, encountering 100 people in a day, you will convert more people. More people will wish you well. More people will help you. More people will be endeared to you. More people will want to come close to you simply by only you. You are the one carrying the smile. They are carrying their own stuff. But by creating a smile with your emotion, by creating a thought and a belief that life is good within you, by being happy, by being thankful, by being grateful, and expressing that to the world, you remind the world that God exists, that everything is okay. And the people who remind other people everything is okay, life will say, wow, what can we do for you? The world will say, because you gave them a smile, what can they give back to you? That's when you see people trying to help you everywhere you go. That's a simple practice you can walk away with. Try it. Try it. Start smiling. Produce a smile no matter what is going on. Produce a smile because that's your productivity, and you will start realizing you are the one attracting what you are producing. Many people want to control everybody. I'm saying that's not your assignment. Control yourself. Do the work you need to do to embody the feeling and emotion that you also want to see in the world. Give it to the world and see the world give it back to you. That's the rule. Whatever you sow, you reap. If you complain, you meet complainers. And then you say everybody is this, everybody is that. No, but you change yourself. You do the work on yourself. When you change, life will mirror and give it back to you. That's the rule. So who is going to create your emotions for you? Who is going to create your feelings for you? Because those two things, they are the design of your physical life experience. There's your spiritual life experience. There is your energetic self, your energetic wiring. There is your emotional wiring that influences your biology, your cellular nature. There's your energetic self that is the expression of your feelings. It's your frequency, energetic frequency. This connects, it's a radio channel. You have your own broadcast channel. You are broadcasting into the quantum. You're sending your beliefs. Right? You are emitting electrical charge into the world. It's like sonic power. It resounds, bounces. Or first, it will bounce on your body. Your endocrine system will mirror it. It will drive your physical reality. It sends that message to your cellular self on the energy and the speed direction in which you are moving physically and what you are looking for. You emit it. You're looking for a smile, you will get it. Those who have smile inside them will give it to you. Right? So your feeling, how you feel about life, is your energetic currency, is your power. That's your power bank. And it is loaded up with different frequencies, different speed at which your energy moves in the world. And that frequency is connected to the outside environment, and the things or places and people that carry the same frequency, you will match. You will match. This was secret, right? You meet each other, you transact. So those who move at the frequency of smile, they know within them they have a smile, they have happiness inside them. You smile, they give it back to you. This also, remember, low frequency. You feel like boom, face, oh, somebody just pissed you off, and you're like moving at the frequency of boo boo. Okay, that energy you emit is the same. So this is your power of choose or choice, choosing. Choose who you want to be. Choose what you want to emit. Choose what you want to say. Choose. Be consciously creating your reality. Don't leave it as something that you can't control. You are in control of your thoughts and words and beliefs, emotions and feelings. Choose to control it. Choose to look at your emotional bank account and pick, right? Pick a happy face and put it on. And see if that day people won't give you better. Not everybody may have to give you, but of the 100 people, what's the percentage of people that will give you that? So your inner reality controls your outer reality based on the choices you're making, and those choices direct the consumption of your energy and the transformation of that energy. This is where chemistry happens, right? Different parts of you. You remember the coloring crayon that I talked about? You have different energetic realities. You put it together. You create chemistry inside you. Your hormone system uses your feelings to create chemistry inside you that carries the chemical messages, the instruction on what your physical body should do, your cellular self. You have your muscular self, you have your cellular self. How you get up and walk, whatever you're going to use your body to do, energy is the ability to do work. Well, who gives instruction on what work to do? Your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, and beliefs are activated desires. That's it. Now, when it comes to entanglement, one of the things that I shared is that when you are entangled in other people's reality, other people's business, their energy is inside you. I shared yesterday quantum entanglement, two particles separated anywhere in this world, connected. If one is spinning, the other one will start spinning in now. When people are entangled with other people's feelings and emotions, whatever feelings those people are feeling, whatever life they are living, this is how people drag other people on their life and on their own journey. And usually the draggable people are the people who are sleeping to their own creative potential. The people who have surrendered their creative practices, they've yielded it to another person, another system. So, for example, instead of you creating your own money, creating what you will create that will bring money for you, if you don't tap into that perspective that exposes you to the reality that money was created and it follows a story, different types of story, and money as a construct, energetic construct, whenever you want to pull it in, you use energy to pull it in. You need to use emotion to pull it in. But you must be attached to a story, a social contract of the role you will play and the role you want money to play, the movie you want to produce. And so there are different types of scripts handed to different types of people. I'm just using money as an example. The way you see money, whatever you believe it is, whatever story you've been sold about money, that's the one you are going to produce. Perspective. What is your perspective shaped about money? Because money is whatever you make it to be. But if you have been sold a story for it to control you and you not control it, you see people saying things like, well, if I don't show up on Sunday, instead of going to church, I want to do this, I have to do this to get this. Whenever you hear yourself say, I have to, you do, as a spiritual being, you don't have to do anything. You are designed to do whatever you want to do. But if you don't know what you want to do, people will tell you what you have to do. This world will tell you who to be, how to be, where to go, part time, even the time construct. I've shared it with my students. Your clock is a design relative to heavenly bodies. They will tell you 9 to 5 is a construct that came after a reality. 9 to 5 as a story did never existed before. Humans created that construct so that it will control. You show up 9 to 5. Do you know the people who say you should show up 9 to 5, they don't show up 9 to 5. Those who lead the industry, they even do 2-4-7. And then when they take a break, you see them on the yacht. So they will construct a 9 to 5 story, and the people who see life through, who believe that story, I want to live life through the 9 to 5. Yes, you agree to it, so you are held by it, and your energy, you will wear the energy and behave to the construct of 9 to 5. Meanwhile, there are other stories people are constructing that elevates them and gives them a reality beyond 9 to 5. There are realities and realities and realities beyond 9 to 5. There's 2-4-7 entrepreneurs. There is building of wealth, right? Building of assets, building of equity that owes value, that prints money. So people will do 2-4-7 to get to a place where they build something that can create cash flow. So there's a cash flow. There's a different conversations that we have at a table. It is not 9 to 5 conversation. There's shareholder value, investments. There are all kinds of money stories in this world. The one you expose yourself and body to, right? Study to show yourself approved. That's the one you are approved to enter. That's the realm you are approved to participate in. But there are other conversations about money. Shareholder. What do we do for our shareholder? Because shareholders bought shares and they're dropping money into the system that was built. That's another story. But you have to have that perspective. You have to have that story. You have to have that understanding. You have to have that desire, that beliefs, the beliefs. You have to have the knowledge of it. You have to have the energy to participate in it. You have to have the system, right? You have to know the system so that you handle the system doesn't handle you. So there are financial systems that handle people. And then there are people who handle financial systems. I shared with you guys that my father was a money manager. Right? So the perspective with which you are dealing with money is either you are handling it, you are the one moving it around, approving it. That means you are bigger than it. It is obeying you. You are playing with it. You are signing. You are the one moving it around. Eh? And he knows how to tap to the government. He knows how to the headquarters. When is our allocation coming? Budgeted allocation. He knows how to call for headquarters. You need to know how to call your God to pull in more power, pull in more consciousness, pull in more. Tap into the God that created you and ask, and you shall receive. And ask. Keep asking. Many people are not asking enough. God will say, ask me if you need wisdom. Ask me. God is always saying, I'm the source. But you know, the people who have been sold a story, everybody has been sold stories. Many stories. The one you believe you will live out. And the stories are everywhere. Religious story. People who believe that to remove themselves from entanglement, somebody else will do the spiritual labor to bet their destiny. If you believe it, whatever those people can bet for you, they will bet for you. Those who say people should ascend like Moses to go on the mountain for them and download 12 how many commandments? If they will wait in the valley, they will wait down in the mountain. They will say somebody else should go and meet God for them and then bring whatever their person downloads, not realizing Jesus has split the veil. You can enter in by yourself. You see these things, behavior people are right. They are still carrying old Testament mentality, post New Testament, after Jesus has died for them. They are still doing what people used to do. Moses, go on the top. Let's behold your face. Let's behold your face. Go. You go and encounter God and then come back. And they will go, snap, anointing. You're not downloading Jesus. You say, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. You're supposed to be, don't let humans be the veil again that will stop you from seeing Jesus, the source of all power. So it's everywhere, whether financial system, religious system. I'm like, this movie is in. Who did this? Who did this to humans? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So on one hand, you see those who are like looking at life with a perspective of powerlessness, and then you are the powerful one, right? Recreating an hierarchy that only exists in the animal kingdom. God created an hierarchy, put Adam at the top originally, that Adam ruled the world, gave Adam Eve. You are co-heirs, right? As humans, there is no hierarchy. There is assignment, there is responsibility, there is reward. But God did not create hierarchy in the Godhead. They are one. But humans who want to control other humans, and the group of humans who don't want to do the work and want to other people to do the work, yet they want the reward. They submit their power, their future, their destiny. They sit down and they say those people should climb higher, do all the work, the creative work, the productive work, right? And they turn themselves to consumer of other people's productivity, yet they also have the power to contribute to society. So it is the producer versus consumer. Everybody is a consumer. The key is who rises higher to start producing, because you produce when you start downloading from heaven. The frequency of download that you connect yourself to God, God will open the door of heaven and start engaging directly with you. Your creative consciousness of your divine nature, when you awaken to it and you tap into it, you become a producer. You will hear messages from heaven. You start, something in you will start moving. Your feelings and emotions will be powered by heaven. It will be saying, go here, no, yes. That's when you realize that, heaven is your control center. And then you will know how to handle the third dimension as a creative powerhouse, not as a subject of a system other humans have created. You're supposed to be enjoying other systems, understanding it, yes, but not not letting it overwhelm you and make you small. You're not a small person. You're not nobody, no human is small unless they are made to believe with a funky perspective. Unless you are entangled and somebody has been dropping thoughts while men slept. They've been dressing you up with small thinking, small doors. Oh, this is this. Oh. And so now the body is vibrating to the tune of the thoughts of other people. Soul ties, energetic entanglement. So who is controlling your thoughts? Who is controlling your stories? Who is weaving? Who are the power orchestrator in your life? Who are the one mixing the soup and speaking and saying, become this, become that? Meanwhile, you are the one that is supposed to be anybody that doesn't stir themselves, who don't work on themselves, who don't do like this within themselves. Somebody else with a big pot is doing it for everybody that does all the lazy people, all the lazy people who don't want to do the work. Somebody has a big pot and they are stirring it for the community. You don't want to lead a lazy community. They will give you a lot of work to do. I'm telling you, you don't want to lead ignorant people. Listen, you want people who are fully awake, who can contribute and put their hand and you can stay together. Any leader that wants to make their job easy, you need to be training your people to wake up and be very active, to be a contributor, so that your work will be easier. Okay, let's start having conversation. So this is back to the soul tie entanglement, because people are tied. They can be tied to their inner child. Your inner child is the oldest side of you. The decisions and the choices you made 20, 30 years ago has a stronger hold on your subconscious programming than what you are doing today. Let that enter your consciousness, that if you are thinking in ways you've always thought about, is it time for you to change your thoughts? The clothes you've been wearing since you were 5, 15, 20, the perspective you gained about life when you were younger, are you still adopting and believing those realities? Are you still calling yourself names? Remember, in the Bible, God took his people out of Egypt, but the perspective with which those people looked at them, the story they sold to them, these are people backed by God of heaven, where God has moved mountain, shifted the world for them, done miracles, signs and wonders for them. But when it was time for them to exercise their own dominion as they were going to the promised land, the story they said, the way they saw themselves relative to that stuff, it influenced their words. And that behavior, God looked at it and said, go back. You right? Right? How you see yourself relative to a construct. That creates a reality. David saw himself relative to a construct as a winner. So he won and he was rewarded with the crown. Whenever there is a reward, financial reward, right? Reward, all kinds of reward in this. Finance is just one wealth. Their wealth cannot buy, but your behavior can impact health, wealth, success, relationships. You see, you want a man, you want a woman, husbands that don't listen to their wives that continue to spin their husband. The reward is what you are cooking together. Your behavior, your energy. You are creating a reality, and right? So you can create or you can create peace based on your behavior and your outlook, how you see each other. Which lens are you putting on and seeing men? Seeing people through. Because when you do that, your system, and you approve it, your system will just manifest it. I'll give you some tips. Let me bring you guys up. As we talk, so let's move more into conversation. As you guys ask questions, then I would continue to share what I have in my notes. But let's discussion time. So I'm bringing you guys. Miracle, you want to go first? You're here. What say you? Go on.
Good evening, good day, coach.
Yes.
I'm just digesting it in, and also, bringing out my own thoughts, my own constructs to check and double check, because what you said is really profound. When our childhood thoughts are older, and so I keep reminding myself, it's not a one-day cleanup, it's not a one-time, it's not a touch and go situation. You keep going back over and over and over again. And when I think about it, the song that comes to my mind is, there's a song that says, I take my life back to God over and over again, as much as I need to. Because I didn't know. I thought, you give me the workbooks and then, we are done. And I was excited for what's next. I didn't realize that there'll be a lot of rinse and repeat until God washes our hearts to be as white as snow. So
let me share something
with you.
Apologies, what you just said, rinse and repeat. Please understand, I want to share something very advanced with you. As long as you remain entangled, if you clean up today, your system is updated again. Let that sink in. Breaking soul ties is closing the door and taking your key back so that the people who keep updating you to your old self, who knew you, who still see you as your old self, and if they wake up and think about you, they will download again that thought. So there is a back and forth that people may be experiencing during transformation, where yesterday you sleep, you wake up while men slept. Literally the work you did yesterday, you go to it again and you are going like, why is this thought coming again? This is why breaking soul ties is closing your door. If you clean your house but leave your door open, while you are sleeping, you left your door open. Okay. What brought the stuff yesterday? You just cleaned it. You came back tomorrow and like, why again? Well, did you close your door? Spirit, did you close the door? But the key is that the next cleanup is easier because the first one is the gunk that has existed for years. Right? When you've done all the work, that's why I always say you will stop tolerating nonsense. When you've done all the work, you've done the prayer, you've done so much work. Anybody bringing you more stuff, you're like, you see my point? Your immediate reaction will be like, keep your stuff right there. I've already cleaned. Yes. Your immediate reaction would be, I'm not here for nonsense anymore. Why? Because the effort it took you to fix years and years and years and years and years and years of, if anybody is bringing more, you are like, who hasn't taught people how you approach people, how you think about people? You do the work. Don't make me do the work for you anymore. Some people have been talking to you somehow. They now think it is their human rights to be given low frequency for 20, 30 years. Well, they are not changing. You must change. That's the key. Some people are so used and rigid to behavior. Somebody gave them a cloth that they are entitled to be giving low frequency to humans. And so they are sinning, spreading sin, and say everybody should be carrying their ego around. That's a story. That's the construct. Some societies have given certain people permission to be spreading sinful behavior, to be talking anyhow to people. And if you are the recipient on the other side, haven't you received enough of funkiness, baggage, perspective, that are untrue in heaven for your life, they may think it is true because society or culture gave them behave this way. They do that. I'm saying the person who is receiving, the society that did not think of the people receiving all this as this funkiness. Why didn't that society correct that thinking? Well, guess what? Leave that society alone. Go and create your own society. Well, you have the power to go to God and say, not here. But I always tell you, leave other people's ground and then create your own, because you also have your own domain. If people have decided that this is their domain and this is the story, this is their own creative construct, right? Family of origin is a creative construct. You didn't create it. You were born into it. Somebody created energetically. Stories and actors and behaviors approved and rewarded. So that you know that workbook on family of origin assessment. You entered into a construct, the imagination of the people who built the family. They built it on their own story, their own beliefs, and you abide by it if you want to be in favor with the construction officers. And then Bible gives you a way man shall live, father and mother, and go and do your own construct with your own imagination. Leave their own alone. But many people live physically, they don't live spiritually. The story weaver is still, because to build a family, to build a home, to build a business, to build anything, when you are living physically, you need to take all the equipment along with you if you're going to build your own. Otherwise, you take the blueprint, and many people who are not intentional, who are not intentional in building, they will copy and paste. And so when their own reality start looking like where they are coming from, they didn't learn the tools. They didn't gain the tools to construct what they want theirs to look like. They just copied and pasted, and they went to sleep. And they have made, some of them will still look back and say, tell me how you did that. And then they copy. So they're still copying old blueprint. But God says, new wine, new wineskin. But if you wear old wineskin in this era of, in this world now, you are wearing old wineskin, you produce old reality. You cannot wear old wineskin and be asking for new anointing, new grace, new ascension. You cannot use what they used in the old to build the future. If they didn't create what you wanted to see, leave them alone. Whatever you want to see, go and create it. That's when you will respect the creative process, right? Those who are not creating but complaining, they're part of the process. They are part of the issue. Try doing it better than the previous generation. That's when you will respect, and that's when you will respect the entire process. But so there's a generation that is built on default setting. They've not changed the setting. But they were set, they were set in a direction. Train a child in the way the child will grow. When the child is old, the child will not depart. The setting is so strong. It is your inner child old self, built in the construct of DNA family. And they set it so way you will not depart. Try departing. That's where you will respect the creative process. But it's spiritual. Your spiritual self is the one to grab your physical self and go and do all the tinkering, the reset, right? So what you said about, again, you shift the setting again, yes, if you are still connected to the system of somebody else. If your physical body, cellular nature, feelings and emotion is still downloading, you're still looking to somebody else as the authority, consciously or subconsciously, if there are still parts of you that was copied from a previous system, you may change it. But because they have more power, more will, more focus, more intensity, they override people who don't grow up. But guess what? Give yourself grace. You are growing. As long as you are doing this work, you are growing. There is a day power will change hands. If you keep growing, there is one day everything will turn back to you. There's science behind this. There's spirituality, there's science to this spiritual journey. But you must continue to grow until you cross the threshold and you gain escape velocity. When you become bigger than the power orchestrator, right? Suddenly, they will do what they've always been doing and it will flip on them. I tell you. It's spiritual, it is scientific, it is practical. Huh? The scale will tilt. Let me say, let's just say a scale. One is bigger. So someone is starting here. This one is the bigger force. Yes? So gravity, information, no matter what you change down below, you change it yesterday, gravity will pull the information back. Okay, fine. You change it again, so it will continue to flow down, big to down, right? But if this side keeps on growing, keeps on growing, keeps on growing, keeps on growing, there is a turning point in this life. Woo! Grow, woo! Grow, woo! If they don't change and repent and dump their nonsense, they are still heavy. Sin makes people heavy in spiritual realm. Right? They loaded people up with sin. Right? Held them bound. They are sin. They are living fine life, higher life, but they are downloading sin. All you have to do is be whatever they pour on you, pour it out. They pour. Don't show it back. Don't. They pour on you, dump it. Say no. Resist the enemy. You resist, you gain points. They throw another one. There is a time. The scale just tilts because they are now the heavy one. They are still carrying the sin they didn't repent of. Power has changed hands spiritually. Free. You are free of them. But if they want to be free, they have to go and meet Jesus and ask for cleanup. All you have to do is to be dumping the weight, the nonsense thoughts, the nonsense perspective that weighs your spirit down. Dump it. You are rising higher spiritually. There is a point. The same people you used to look like this, you just keep repenting, cleaning up. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. The energetic weight that makes people live this reality and be having this perspective on life. When you grow, you will see who people really are. You keep growing, suddenly the scale will tilt. You will now see that they are carrying a bunch of stuff. If they want to go higher again, they will turn to Jesus and repent of their sins. They will lighten up. They will float up. Right? But while you are growing, it's a lot of but keep growing. Keep investing in yourself. Keep doing the work. But do it enough. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter, but you're already seeing, you'll be seeing victory. Every step, victory. You'll be changing internal. You are dumping nonsense. It's a matter of time. You float. Because the scale is based on weight. Right? So many people rise up because they are dumping stuff. They're spreading their negativity. That's the funky business of that club. But Christian, just keep repenting. Just be whatever they dump, just be dumping it out. Right? Jesus will help you clean it up. Spiritually, right, you're rising higher. Every time you refuse to sin and take on this funky identity that is not yours. That's the best thing you can do. Leave people alone. But if you follow the process, it's just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time and you not giving up on the process. The people who thought they were bigger than you, leave them alone. But here's the key. When you now follow the process and you see the condition in which, what made them do those things, you have mercy. Because now you must not do to them what they did to you. Because again, the scale will right? This is one of the spiritual, like God's laws, they are doing wonders. What is going on is that, Bible says when wicked people are prospering, don't rejoice, right? Because all people have to do is just wake up and dump sin. It will reset the entire system. That's all people need to do. Is just say, you know what? I'm going to Jesus to download straight. I'm not participating in sin. I'm not looking up to people. I'm going to look up to Jesus. Jesus and Jesus alone. You try that for the next, they lose power. When I say they, people who want to lord it over people, control people, who are doing what God doesn't want them to do. All you have to do is everybody just needs to back up and stop carrying other people's ego and then let them carry themselves to Jesus. That's all you have to do, because people are entangled, and the moment you're entangled, the science is the sin, the energy, low vibrating energy that they say, I'm bigger than you. When people's system receives it, believes it, they've opened the door. And so they loaded up a perspective and sent it to people, and the people they sent it to will see them through the lens they constructed. That's all the funky stuff. The people who go to the club and say, I want power, I want money, I want wealth. The only thing they can do for them, instead of telling them drop sin, what they will do is sing instruments. What they will say, how they will energize a low frequency and say, oh, see me this way, see me this way. And then they transfer it. The people who receive it it's like wearing somebody else's glasses and wondering why you are not seeing clearly. Remove that script they gave you. Then you will see people the way they really are. The mask will, right? The mask will be removed from your, so that God will now show you, okay, welcome to reality. This is actually how the world is. You've been playing in the script of somebody else. There's science, there's behavior, psychology is involved. The thinking patterns of other people, they pass it on. But the energy that is running the entire show, that's the one you have to go. That's the entanglement. It's at the soul level. The energetic vibration projects an image into people's imagination. They start seeing the world through the lens of whoever entangled them. They're living the life somebody else constructed for them that will make those people happy. Well, what will make you happy though? Because that's one of the things you have to figure out. If you're not happy playing a role somebody else told you must play, and they wrote a script that forces you into a box that says you must play, that is spiritual entanglement. Right? Emotional healing freedom is be who you want to be. And if people like you, fine. If they don't, that's their own issue. But you are free to be you. You are free to create what you. That's what, right? That's what you are here to do. Free to be you, that's what Jesus came to die for. Free to be you. But as long as you're waiting for somebody to be pleased with you before you be you, it makes many people happy, you not being you. Because then they don't have to shift from their comfort zone. It's okay. It's comfortable for the people who are doing this. They've been doing it for generations, talking to people down, dropping nonsense. Let this person wake up. Just you wake up. And say in the name of Jesus, this is not where you belong. Do that work. But if you don't do the work, what also then happens energetically is if you receive this from one person, you are inviting it from other people. So this is a pattern. People then live their life victimhood. This one villain mode. They become personality of it. Anger, pride, arrogance. Villains. Those who take other people down in the daytime or in the night time. They switch their energy. Can be smiling to you, but in the night time, this person did me this. I will show you who I am. I'll tell you who is boss. How dare you come here? And then in the morning they smile. So they have night business. When the airwaves of technology of communication, when it is free, they know how to wake up, put up another energy, throw nonsense in the morning, they dress up. And then they will see the person say, hey, and then they want to see the person start malfunctioning. Because the person is not repenting and dumping their sin. So the person start malfunctioning, behaving like them, but the person doesn't have the tools, instruction manual of their sin. Right? Well, I'm saying you have the instruction of Jesus. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Because somebody created this. Yes? When people are suppressed, somebody created this, or a reality created it, or your own inner child inheritance, your DNA. Your DNA created, pre-programmed you so that life will give this. That this be, people can inherit a pattern from generations before. Yes? Whatever, the 12 places where this comes from that I shared. You also, the decision, what you saw and what you thought about life when you were a childhood, it could be what pins people down. So it's not just, it's just different systems. So you have to scan all those 12 places. Religious centers may create this. Telling people, that's your enemy, that's this. And so people now have a construct, a perspective of life that somebody's always doing this. And so they invite people to always be doing this. So religion can also create it. When people are made already sensitized, your central nervous system is carrying an energy that is attracting this behavior on you. You go here, you go here. You start attracting bosses, husband, friends that will continue to see you this way, but you are the one carrying that story. You're the one, right? People may not know the part of them that is inviting actors. The side of them that is not smiling. You smile, you get a smile. But the part of you haven't healed is still vibrating at the frequency of the sound of what happened. So it comes from 12 places. The stories you've read about money. Money start doing this. Walk here, right? Money can start. To get money, if people believe you have to take on an identity, you have to go here and go here and go here. Well, if you learn a new story, you go to my school. You cannot be eating this kind of knowledge. One day, you will see money the way you're supposed to see money. So if people see money as, money, okay. Dump the story. Dump that story that makes you look at money like this. You are bigger than it. The value of a man is not in the amount of his possession. But if you don't know your value, if you cannot see what God has put inside you, if you don't work on you to show the face and present yourself, well, what story are you carrying? What story are you carrying about money? Are you looking at money like, But you have to grow your story. You have to study to show yourself approved. Because at a higher level, when you grow to a level, the scale will tilt. You will see that money is this. That your reputation, your investment in yourself, how people see you, how people perceive you, what you've built, your products, everything you've built becomes a money magnet. Because money will just come to you if you do the work. If you don't do the work, money is like this for some societies. This money. What must I do to get this money? So it will be what must you do? And money will tell. The people who created money has told a story about money. That this money they printed, how you get it is this. Well, there are different stories they scripted though, because I have people. Public market, like there are many money stories. Let me just leave it that way, because that's what I'm saying. Unless you tap into a higher perspective of reality and then see it and embody a higher perspective, people will continue to see reality this way instead of divinely, spiritually this way, to control. For you to control anything, you must know how to control it. You must have the knowledge and power to drag it around. Otherwise, it is dragging people around. Money, the search for money can send people, or you can send money. Which one? But the investments you have to make, the knowledge you need to embody, the power you need to exercise, the work you need to do. If you don't do it, people stay where they are. So that's one of the things I'm like, what is going on? You have your own co-creative potential inside you. When we talk about you at the national level, when we talk about human capacity development, humans come loaded with the power of God. The best thing a nation can do is to tap in and awaken their people, right? To wake up their people so that the power of God in them, they will put it to use. When people are sitting around waiting, it's only the people who put God's power to use that spend energy to produce wealth. So many people are sitting on it because you are the one to be activated. It is you. You're not a baby anymore. You know, babies want to be fed. Father will go out, mother will go out, they will come and feed the baby. The world is looking, it is now you. It is your turn. Show us what you've got. If you've got better, stop complaining. If you've got better, show the world. Let's assess. Let's see your good works so that you can glorify your Father in heaven. Right? That men will see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Where is it? Let's see. God wants to see. He has given you the seed, the ideas. It's your turn to produce it. You have the equipment, everything. Anyway, that helped, right?
It was like you were just picking at everything that I've been thinking about. Thank you, Coach. I do have a question.
Sure.
So now in this process of individuating, when you move to your own, what you thought was your own place, but you're renting. So is that your turf? Is that really your territory? Because
so what you want to do, so there's on the perspective, you have to watch your perspective. And you also have, Bible, is it Bible that said this? I think so. Don't despise the days of small beginning. You see? So you also must not adopt a story that where you are, something is wrong with it on your journey of life. So this is another, you've just stepped. So there's freedom. Remember, there's freedom, there's healing, and there's the pursuit, success, wealth, creation. One of the things that people also who are on the wealth journey needs to be very careful is God will give you a seed. Don't despise that seed. If you plant it, Jesus said, except a grain falls to the ground, the life and power inside it doesn't, right? It won't grow. So one of the things you must see is that part of your creative consciousness is understanding that everything that is created always starts from a starting point that looks invisible. Plain sheet of paper. Every business started with a plain sheet of paper. So I encourage you to go and read the stories of entrepreneurs, the ones who started in garage, their father's house, this, that. Start reading those type of stories to gain inspiration and perspective from them. Because many people don't have the patience to watch their seed grow. There's a creative process as well. Everything is a sheet of paper. You take a pen, you draw up your idea. An architect will draw the building before they gather the resources to grow it. So there's also a creative process And in that process, you cannot be hasty. You cannot be impatient. This is where faith in action comes in. Faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Everything starts with a word, an idea. God, you see it as precious. In that idea is all of the finished work. God starts from the end, from the beginning. So don't discount. Don't let anybody look down. You don't look. You see now, this is what's why you can also start looking down at yourself. Hey, me is this? Am I a renter? That's another perspective that somebody else needs to be healed and delivered from. The things in your hand, don't wash it away with small eyes. You must continue to see what you are building as massive. You must continue to hold the hand from the beginning so that you remember your why and the ultimate reason you're on that journey. Anything small, you must see one mango seed. If you look at it and only tell the story from a perspective of one mango, is this not one mango? Those people that God give one idea and they treat it like, well, one mango that is invested in, that's the farmer, right? Eventually it produces a mango tree. Mango tree has mangoes. That's why the Bible will say it becomes a tree where birds of the air come and take comfort and solace in it. Yes? So wherever you will, creativity starts from where you are. Your imagination shows you what it can be. Your transformation takes you from where you are to where you need to be, so you don't give up on that journey. Your manifestation ensures that you are producing and releasing things that will encourage you on that journey. You can start from anywhere. The key is don't stay there. And wherever you are staying, make sure you bless it. Don't use your mouth, because whatever is already in your hand, you want it to grow, bless it. You want it to get better, bless it. Don't complain. There's nothing wrong unless you make it wrong. Because the life inside you is bigger than the one outside you. So one of the things people have to do is that the narrative, right? Because listen, whenever you are going from one mountain to the other, you always have to climb down and then start at the base of a new mountain that is higher. That climb down requires humility. Humility. When you are digging, doing the work, and you are doing like this, people will be like, what are you doing? Leave them alone. Let them keep on moving. Let them come back and see the finished work. So this is also part of, there's an humbling process to building. You will hold the finished work inside you. The world outside you don't know what you are building, except you, right? It's not for you to be telling them to believe in the future. Some people are stuck that way. They're waiting for somebody to tell them what they're building is okay, that give them approval, is okay, give them accolade, clap for them. That is still dependency. You've not individuated if you're still looking at what other people will say. I'm telling you, in this journey that you're going to go on is glory to glory. Whichever glory you are unveiling now, don't cover it up and talk, and don't say something negative, right? Glory to glory. To him who is faithful now, God will give more. So your faithfulness actually is more important. And your ability to rejoice where you are is more magnetic to more blessings. And then as you are climbing higher, each stage, you are saving money, right? Meaning you are taking, part of some investments people have to make is take everything you have, invest it in the future you want to create. That's the only way you see that future. People who don't want to spend what they have now, but they want a bigger future. who will put the energy, time, and resources to build your future when you... So there's just some interesting characters people need to wash away from their life. When you are building, you're building. And building requires you to use all of you and everything. And to focus on, right? And to make temporary, there's a lot of interim realities. Right? One moment you're like, oh, and then the moment your reward. But when you are still when you are still working, it's okay. Keep working, but don't use another story to now make yourself feel like, what will people say because you are renting? Well, who is paying your... You've just made an improvement, spiritual improvement. Guys, listen. Just change your perspective. There are many things people are just doing to themselves. No, it's not other people doing it to them. It's that person. And I know this stuff. I understand. So that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. The decisions people have to make to invest in their future, you can't skip that process. And you are living in a system, for example, America, that many people may not know. Part of the entanglement is to be entangled in a story that your house has to look a certain way. Your car has to look a certain way. For you to be celebrated. So many people are entangled in a job God has already said they should leave. Many people are entangled with the size of a house. So because of that entanglement, they will not have the resources to invest in the future they're supposed to build so that they can afford whatever they want to afford in the future. That's part of societal entanglement. Every nation, every system has the story they sell. And when it is time that God wants to create another story, if you don't detach, if you don't enter a psychological understanding that house, this, you can always buy, always build, if you don't have the inner wealth that believe in yourself, that you can make temporary decisions for the future you desire. Whenever people cannot detach from a societal construct of what it means to be rich, wealthy, and accepted. Listen, I host a lot of wealth builder, generational wealth builder. When you hear their story, I know someone who sold a business for 20 plus billion, made all the money, could have gone to go and do that in his 40s. He has said to everybody will say, wow, but is that it? These are spiritual assignments you have upon the earth. If you hear the call of God, God will give you a new assignment. He invested it. And listen, it's not a story of, I'm just saying, when you now see years later, the journey and everything, when they tell their story, that's why I said, go and read books of real entrepreneurs. Don't be doing all this click, 30 seconds, download this on social media. All of this junk people are being fed is creating a reality, in a perspective where people think wealth creation is one click away. It is one click away if you have built momentum in years, if you have invested in yourself, if you have built the system and all you need to do is turn up the tap. You've already piped. You want water, you've connected to the river. Click and turn the water will flow if you have done the work. But people who have not done the work are being made to do finger. No, life is not like that. Listen, I'm telling you, people are being made to be asleep and they are being used. Because they are refusing to believe a story that will not create for them what God has for them. Go and buy real. You will do better if you buy books of those who have gone on a journey and they are ready to tell you the truth, and you are ready to hear the truth, and you are ready to embrace the truth. Go and read their story of the arc of the journey they've gone. That will do people much good than staying on social media and jumping from one story to another, one this to another, and their mind, what the journey they are taking their mind on is this and this and this and this and this, and that's a wild goose chase. Have you heard of the wild goose chase? This, scroll. It doesn't add up. Your system needs a full-fledged story so that it can help you plan your life in a very comprehensive, strategic way. Your system needs a complete story that can take you from here to here. But if people are going zigzag, zig, so the system now is behaving based on what you fed it. Where are you going? What do you want? But you've been consuming content, but your system is saying it's all over the place. You are better served picking one book, biography of a real person that has produced a real life and have gone through a real journey, a creative process. Read that. Your system would you will be more fed a real story. Or sit with such people. You will learn the truth that will set you free when you are listening to the truth that is true, not lies in the airwaves. People are downloading a bunch of stuff but if it were working, then people should be actively seeing the results they desire. So that's one of the clues. How long have you been pursuing different things? Well, test it out. Is it working? Because you are better served submitting yourself to a story. That's why the roadmap to business growth and success in the Entrepreneurs Academy, right? It is a story, it is a journey, it is a straight line. Anybody that is refusing to go on a straight line, if you want to go on, you are printing map, the map will take you on a straight line, you will get there. But when people don't invest in a straight line, because straight line is synthesized information, it is directional, it gives you peace on your journey. When you have a roadmap, you will enjoy your journey. Those who don't invest in a roadmap that will save them years, they want to build their own roadmap. Well, to build a roadmap, you will go everywhere to figure out which one will work. You will test everything. But those who don't then have the skill and the laboratory to give it a test, or even they've not been there, they want to go where they've never been, and they want to figure it all out. But the people who have been there, done that want to guide them, they are ignoring knowledge of such people. Well, watch that movie. Just watch the movie these kinds of people will produce. The people who want to go where they've never been, and they are ignoring the story of somebody that has gone there and back and is ready to say, I can take you on the journey. If they are ignoring, the people in Israel if they want to ignore Moses, God has taken him. He said, go and bring my people to this mountain. They will come and worship him. So Moses knows the destination. He also has the stick, the power. And Moses is saying, God said, I should take you here. Those people that don't want to follow Moses and they want to go on their own, they will see the Red Sea there. This I'm laughing because I've seen so many people who want to cut corners. Spirituality is real. When you encounter this laughter, you can tell, like, for real, you can't make this thing up. There are spiritual characters on the journey to wealth creation. I'm sorry. You see, when I'm giving you prayer workbook in a business school, when I'm saying pray for your wealth to come, pray for your finances, pray for your this, the type of nonsense, you don't know that there are spiritual characters that don't if they encounter you, he said, I've been trying all year. I've been trying to tell you, oh, yeah, download this, download that. So entanglement. Oh yeah, this. Oh yeah, origin. Oh yeah, this. Oh, they are spiritual characters that keep people bound. This world system. Better wake up spiritually before. That's the only way you can get to destiny. You are telling Egyptians you want to go. Well, it's only by signs and wonders. God of heaven has to bring down some stuff in the heavens. The plague, the frog must come. Are you guys laughing with me? Frogs must jump so that God can demonstrate his power to the things that hold his people bound. You think it's just everybody will be free right now if it is just natural. There's spiritual dimensions to all of this. I know I go all professional. I'm like, wake up. This is the right? Pray your prayers. I have prayer books. Make your declarations. Take your place spiritually so you can take your place in the world. People think they can just be strolling in the third dimension. In fact, they know how to sniff people who don't have spiritual cover. They know who is lazy. They know who didn't pray, because your frequency, the speed at which you are moving. People who don't have, it's like they are fish. People who just hook them energetically. Yeah, this one, take this, and so people are laughing to Christians because Christians show up, but they don't pray. Christians who don't pray, Christians who don't do work, Christians who don't obey God, they are the pawn on the chessboard of spiritual affairs in the world. Because if you don't know how to activate Jesus in your life, you're like, go and fix that. This spiritual atmosphere, they test people. There's Paul, we know. Apollos, we know. Who are you, Pa? They see if that person can use the name of Jesus to recover and come back. I kid you not. When they see people's light shining, they're like, let's switch off that light, Pa. Let's see if he knows how to switch on his own light with the name of Jesus. When they see the person didn't, right? The person was like, who did that? And they thought the person to be sinning. They say, he's a sinner. Oh, repentant fella. Okay. Recruitment season. They do more. Before you know it, that person is. And they will now watch the person running all over. Who did this? This person. And then the person gets entangled in their own story, or the story their religious center gave them. That if this, you see this, oh, you start praying funky prayer. So people are looped. And God is like, stronghold. Who is going to tell these people? All you have to do is stop sinning and repent of your sin and forgive other people. That's how you recover yourself out of this cycle. Okay. That was a major line. Oh, there are many things for me that is taking me a journey to even be sharing it. Because I thought you guys knew what's up, and the effect it has, right? But I'm like, oh, wow. The system doesn't want people to know. Anyway, because when you know, you are not in the control of, you are doing what God wants you to do. But you are aware and you are awake, but you're minding your business. Okay, who wants to go next? Was it who came? Oh, was it Miss Beverly, then Sheila, Tim? Who came? Oh, wait a minute. Listen, guys, you guys need to be letting me. Sorry, I wasn't looking at. Was it Tim? Hey, you people, you're not okay. Tim, go. Miss Sheila.
Say something before.
Say something. Okay, please.
Yeah, so I wasn't giving you the full story.
Okay.
I'm very grateful, yes, to where I am. However, the person, the owner lives in the same compound, and there's some kind of power tussle that is going on. So the way I came into the apartment was that the person that was here before had paid for a few months. I said, okay, since you are going to another space, I took over.
Let me share something with you. You don't need to, let me give you the angle here. No need for good the details. The angle here is, as long as you've paid for anything in this life, you command that atmosphere. If you didn't pay, if the person is, if you are just there and you are eating somebody else's food, you don't have any command. As long as you paid the transaction. Sorry? Spiritually.
I think that's what I was just trying to get clarity on here. So, yes.
Okay. The rule is, if you take from people and you don't give, and you are not a giver, you are subject to the taker. Remember Bible's verses? Right? If you are not a giver and you are the taker. Many people who are takers. Have you ever seen any people who continue to consume and consume? Have you ever seen them build wealth? It's because the principle of wealth is give. You give your time. What God gives you, you give it, you build it. Right? The cycle of productivity is you are giving yourself and then you are rewarded. So that's one of the things, a lot of people that think they can just be taking without giving, they entrap themselves because they are subject to the people they took from and they didn't give. Now, you can take here, but make sure you are giving somewhere else. If somebody is generous with you, take it, but don't be ensnared with what they are giving you, with the psychology that makes you, a lot of these things people go through is entangled. Entanglement happens in that cycle of people who receive frequency. It can be something, right? So the spiritual rule is, if you paid for a space with your money, you've done the transaction, you don't owe anybody anything, and you can command the spiritual atmosphere that circles what you paid for. So you can go around your own space and use your own mouth to program your space that you paid for. And you command that atmosphere you paid for. You can go in and out of what you pay for. That's you must have a sense of ownership. Paying for something gives you ownership over what you paid for. If you go to a store, supermarket, and you paid them, what you walk away with is yours. Spiritually. But people, right? If you go in, you take banana, you give them what they asked for, they cannot come and disturb you anymore that you owe them anything. Spiritually, it is for you to now claim the spiritual atmosphere you occupy that you have paid for. You have paid for that space to be yours while you are there. And so spiritually, you can claim that atmosphere spiritually, that nothing comes, right? That's the spiritual rule. So no matter what their own behavior is, their own stuff is, it is now your job to not touch or cross a boundary you didn't pay for. This is part of minding, you know that mind your business story I say? If there are conditions, if people were going back and forth before you came there, don't get involved. Let them mind whatever they've been doing, because this is one of the things that happen. Other people may want to entangle you in a story that previously existed, and they may be gossiping and talking bad about other people, and they're looking to loop you in, and you put your energy and join them. Don't do that. Other people may have a perspective for that person, but you can declare that your relationship with this person will be positive. From your own story, you can create a different relationship with the same person other people are talking about. That's life. It's part of your creative process. You go for a job, everybody's like, that person is this. Listen, you walk in there and you declare favor. You will find favor with that boss. You'll be laughing with the person, doing your work, having a good time. Meanwhile, because everybody's perspective is what they will experience. So other people can have a perspective about one person. Well, the face they turn to that person will give it back to them. When you come, if you turn a smiling face, the guy can cool down for you and you have a night. So you get to decide what you are going to believe about another person, because there are different angles to a person. The person can smile back to you, or if you trigger them, the person can show another face. So usually in relationships, you can drive how people engage with you based on how you choose to engage with them. But if you already make an assumption based on somebody else's story about that person, and you believe that story, you will see that story. You will join them. Because you can't control, your job is not to control who can you control? Listen, this is human relationship management. Your job is not to manage other people's temperaments, behavior, or anything. Your job is to manage yourself. Your job also is not to be copying other people's perspective and stories and this and their gossip, or other people who paint a negative story about other people. Your job is not to be believing negative stories. The person has not done you nothing. You just moved in. But they are pre-existing colored story. And they've already sold it to you. You've already, somehow, they've already figured out how to download existing story. And that story now is already shaping you. You're already vibrating. How do you then move around this person? It is a story you should never have adopted. Because if you adopt it, you will produce but the key also is you check within yourself why people came to dump that. And then make sure, if you don't want to participate in those stories those people have produced, you come up with your own and mind your business and be gentle. You can show your own personality to another person, and that person will take you as you are. And then also, finally, what else did you tell them that they may have also routed and gone to tell that person? You see this drama that people create for themselves and entangle themselves energetically in other people's business, and all you just want is go in and come out. I'm telling you, if people don't learn how to set themselves free from other people's funky reality and stories, and listen, people come from everywhere. They're carrying their DNA, they're carrying their perspective, personality, all kinds of this. You have to learn how to live in this world at peace with people. And one of the keys, don't trigger anybody. Don't trigger anybody. Don't go on the negative side of anybody. You go, you will see. Listen, you will see what you knock on the door to see. Everybody's packing secure and insecure side. If you trigger them, they will give you, right? And so one of the secrets of life is don't trigger everybody. Don't trigger anybody. Choose to relate with the God dimension of people. Speak to that. Speak positivity. And what will you do? Engage. That person will give it back to you. The side you give people, they will give back to you. But if you spiritually or if something in you is that person, you will see you're knocking the door. Because truly, we can, at some point you will see something in you, say that person, that whatever they're saying may be true. But do you want it to be true to you? You can influence how people engage with you. That's the power you have. You can choose to be kind. You can choose to be humble. You can even choose to overlook. Love overlooks a multitude of sin. There's a way you can live in this world that people turn around and give you the best. Not because they don't have the worst. Everybody's got some good. So remember the fish and the bone. If you let other people come and choke you with the bone in people, then you did that. You opened the door for that. I'm very, very clear on this thing. You've got some. If somebody starts talking negative to you, you will ham up and say, hey, let me give you what you're asking. If you're looking for people, listen, you have to learn how to deal with humans. You have to learn how to deal with humans in a positive way. These are the humans Jesus came to die for. If there was perfection, and say, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. All have sinned. You read your Bible, everybody's got some. That's why you have to continue to say, Jesus, help me. I have some stories have been. I'm like, nobody Oh my Lord, trust me. First of all, tame yourself. And then make sure, it's this funny story of, there are always people looking, to press a button. I'm like, please, I'm sitting, listen, don't my ancestors, I'm sitting tight on their behavior. I've been taming myself. I've been working on the excesses of don't move me. So Jesus helps us to be cool, calm, and collected, be loving, be kind, be gentle. But your DNA, if they rock you, it depends though. It depends. Listen, my people can cross the 7 seas and 7 waters and drag people. I have rulers in my space. You come for them, they will take you on a journey you did not plan for. Listen, there are some funky people in this world that they will not leave people. They've been tempting people. They want to press buttons. I'm like, listen, Jesus is the reason we are here, cool, calm, and collected, and honoring him. Yes, but trust me, there's unemployment where if I employ people, all they have to be doing is doing what you are doing. I don't have to do it. Thank God for Jesus. I'm telling you guys, thank God for Jesus. Resist nonsense. Don't let people drag you into things you've already said. Jesus alone. But trust me, they are shouting at night. I don't have to shout. Just employ people. They will do all the work you are doing. 10,000, they will do it, and I'll be sleeping. But you know what I've been advising you guys to do? Just report them to Jesus. Jesus will do all the work. But we know who can deal with them. But I'm saying, cool down. Everybody cool down. Jesus has done it all. He has died for all of us. He has forgiven them, forgiving us. Let's live that life in peace. But sometimes when we watch some people's behavior, we're like, if not for Jesus, if people do to you what you are doing to other people, they will drag you on 7 seas and 7 waters. They will drag people. I've given a name to, I've given a phrase. There are some rascals of America. Let's give them a name. Spiritual rascals of America. They exist. They went to the wrong school. The school taught them to be sinning. And they've been doing it. Paul, we know. Apollos, we know. Yes? They are doing all kinds of things. But it is because they've not entered the trap of somebody who understands the technology they are using very, very well and will do to them hot pepper soup. That's the only reason these things continue to pass. That's why I'm saying Christians, wake up. People need to honor our God, the only true God, and Jesus Christ who is sent. When you learn and you grow up and you understand this technology, they all fall down. They all will bow. All thrones will bow. People who are erecting funky. I'm saying, well, leave them alone. Teach the rest. Because when the rest come from under their umpire, the umpire falls. The empire only survives because people are giving that empire the power to exist. And it is Christians permitting this nonsense. Christians that have not grown up, that are lazy, that are ignorant. They're the only ones allowing sin to persist in their environment. And imagine this thing that came from the hands of the earth has entered the church. They are using the church to spread nonsense. Well, I've given that it's Jesus' business to deal with his church. Jesus talked to me. It's not my business, but the only business I have is teach my people. And the one who wants to be wise and want to God will say, come out from among them. Whenever you see funky, things not looking right, not sounding right, it is your clue to pack your bag and leave. Do not be found in the counsel of the ungodly. Don't stand in the way of sinners. Don't sit within the seat of the scornful. Imagine when they now move all that business inside the church. Well, that I just laughed to say my own is like sometimes you just go, you don't know the extreme my people have gone. See, Jesus is the one who keeps us sitting and smiling. And so they will just say that, well, this thing only persists because Christians are not doing what Jesus said they should do. All power in heaven and on earth has been given unto you. In my name, do this. In my name, do this. Why are you not doing what Jesus said you should do? You're doing something else. Your script is in the Bible. You overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the words of your testimony. What's coming out of your mouth? This system is voice activated. What you declare, it manifests with the power of God. But you are allowing other people to be, Christians are being fed to use their mouths. Not the way God told them to create. Your mouth is a creative tool. So Christians too will be collecting scripts from sinners. And they are joining the sinning business. Purify your heart. Clean your hands of that stuff. Anyway. See, I'm painting some. There's a funny side within me. I just shared some of them. These people will do all. I'll be like, God, look at them. God will say, it's okay. I got it figured out. I will deal with it. I just wanted you to see it. Keep moving. Do the work. Just keep moving. But I'm like, these people. Hey, you don't know my ancestors that have been taming and asking Jesus to close the door and move away and, do your funky business. If you trigger, like my people are not, they're different, right? Many people may not know. Please do the work on yourself, right? Go deeper than, you are a continuation of a lineage. My students, I've told you. You didn't just show up here. Your DNA is packing gene activation. It can be activated anytime. And you can have dominant gene, the one you are using expressing. You can have the ones that is just waiting. If something just and you have to be ready to also handle you. Like I shared, if you are entangled in reality, it wants to control your behavior, your feelings and emotions, and also study that family of origin assessment. Go deeper. Study your people. Study the people who shaped your cells, your body has been shaped to vibrate a certain way. Your spiritual assignment is to reshape. When you connect to Jesus, you have your own personal business to do. And for me now, I laugh so much about it. Be aware. Don't be clueless. Don't be clueless about what is controlling your reality. What has influence on who you become? What influenced them and wants to influence you? This is your spiritual assignment, because if you don't sit tight on that, people repeat the patterns of the past. You become like them because you were copied from them. That's part of the creative intelligence of God. There is factory setting. There's default setting. Your default setting is what you got from your DNA. And where has it been coming from? And I'll be honest with you. This is where I talk about ruling class, all of those things. One of the things I learned on my journey, because on my journey of teaching, of coaching, of leading, all this stuff, I came out with full on, let's go, you should know. And I realized, over my own journey of growth, is me realizing people are built differently. They're coming from different patterns of behavior. It's me that I'm charging. Yes, government this, right? Fortune 1 this. Like I collect people, the most powerful people in the world. I bring them together with my events. When I'm coaching, I'm teaching. I'm not here to demonstrate any power or anything. I'm here to empower you. But trust me, I have domains where it is Pure exercise of power, influence, wealth that drives those platforms where I'm bringing in ambassadors, world leaders, Fortune 1. That is pure power in action, in motion. You don't drag nations, governments, pulling them together without you having being a force by yourself. But when I come here, I came here to play, to teach, and have some fun. So you see me laughing and everything. But if I rise up and I say I want to do something, I will go the 7 C's. 7 C's and 7 1. I will pull. But this one is play and teach. I'm saying activate the power of God in you so that you can do. This place is not for me to exert. I'm here teaching knowledge, empowering you and everything. So you see me laughing and everything. But trust me, the activation where you do boo, 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 you are pulling powerful people, the most powerful people in the world, that they themselves, they are forces. To get them to show up. Oh, listen, you must demonstrate something. It's not right. So I have my own to sit on board, to sit government's council. You will right. So there are places where, listen, my energetic activation. You will know the side of me. Yeah. I sit in positions where they carry me. Is that right? So there are places where it's pure. And so how I carry, I don't talk, I don't even have to talk. So I'm saying you need power to activate that. Yeah, I'm teaching, I'm empowering. I'm saying activate yourself. You see, I pour. But the places where I push. They know when I push. I will drag 7 C's and 7 water. I will use that force to enforce that one. You see the results, right? It's my work, my deeds, right? But I mind my business and I'm cool. So I don't, if I'm there, I do that. If I'm here, but this one, I come here to teach, to guide, to inspire, to motivate, to say, be equipped to do your own work.